If there is one place on Earth where life and death wrestle for every moment, it is Siberia. Here, where the sky touches ice and the northern winds howl through the pines like war horns, life does not beg, it fights. In this land, predators must write their own rules to survive. And in the end, perhaps the truth is this: in the ice, the strongest life is the life that lifts others up. Welcome to Wild Siberia, Secrets of Survival in the Frozen Frontier. Before we begin, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to support the channel. Your support is the greatest fuel for our journey. Siberia stretches like a universe of its own. Over 13 million square kilometers, nearly 9% of Earth's land surface, this land is both a fortress of ice and a laboratory of evolution. Here, nature is not only beautiful, it is disciplined. The permafrost cracks open each season, and the cold wind cuts away everything unnecessary. What remains is willpower. The Siberian Taiga, the largest coniferous forest on the planet, is a beating green heart. In summer, the phenomenon of the midnight sun pours down endless light. But when winter arrives, temperatures plunge to 40 degrees and even 50 degrees, and the wind slices through the needles like thin blades. Inside this cathedral, every step is a choice between life and death. Every drop of resin, every print left in the snow is part of an energy equation. Whoever gathers enough to survive the winter earns the chance to thrive in spring. In the pale mist, the Siberian tiger emerges like a streak of fire, its regal black stripes blazing across a coat of deep orange. Weighing up to 300 kilograms and stretching more than 3 meters in length, it has no need to show off. Its true power lies in silence. Thickly padded paws let it close the distance without a sound. One leap, one strike, and a full-grown red deer falls, providing the vital energy needed to endure the coming snowstorms. But the tiger is more than a hunter. It regulates the herds of grazing animals, preventing the forest from being stripped bare. In this delicate balance, the apex predator safeguards the ecosystem itself by nothing more than its own instinct. On the sheer cliffs of the plateau, the snow leopard glides across the treacherous terrain like an apparition. Its long, thick tail serves as a rudder for balance, while its broad, fur-padded paws act like natural snowshoes. With a single leap, it can cover several meters, enough to clear deadly ice chasms and pin its prey to the ground. Its very existence is poetry in concealment, where its coat blends seamlessly with the stone, and every strike is delivered with ruthless precision. If the tiger and the snow leopard are solo artists, the gray wolf is a full orchestra of strategy. They can cover more than 40 kilometers a day, hunting with discipline and design. Each wolf knows its role, the one that cuts from the front, the one that drives from behind, the one that makes the final break. When the grasslands freeze solid, the pack's true strength emerges. Endurance, instinct for direction, and unity become the keys to survival. Its fur is thick in 2 layers, and the black tufts on its ears stand like living antennas. The lynx does not hunt with speed, but with timing. It holds its breath in the shadows, closing the distance step by silent step. Then, with a 3-meter leap and a precise bite to the neck, everything is over. So quickly the forest hears nothing but the fall of a leaf. Above the forests, eagles wheel like the steel helmets of ancient warriors. Their vision is sharp as a blade, and every dive is a verdict. The Siberian sky is never empty, it is watching. Hunting in Siberia is never blind violence. It is an equation of energy cost, risk-reward. Framed by mountains that rise like fortress walls, Baikal shimmers a deep blue-green. It is the world's deepest freshwater lake, holding more than 20% of all unfrozen freshwater on Earth. Beneath its crystal-clear surface lies another universe, thousands of species, many of them found nowhere else. The Baikal seal. The only freshwater seal on the planet is a symbol of survival through adaptation. With silver-gray fur, a thick layer of blubber, and large, light-sensitive eyes, it dives deep in search of the translucent golemyanka fish, vanishing into the dark water like a silver bullet. Rocky shores, reed beds, and shafts of noon sunlight, everything in Baikal has its own rhythm, slow, powerful, unbroken. Along the lake's edges, European otters slip over slick stones, leaving ripples behind like signatures on the water. Each dive is a dance twist surge strike. Quick, precise, clean. Stretching more than 2,000 kilometers, this plain is like an inland sea. But don't let the calm deceive you. In the shadows, wolves lie in wait. On the rocky ledges, lynx remain frozen in silence. In the thickets, the wolverine scents carrion from miles away. Every creature here is a moving part of a colossal machine of life. Then the ice breaks and the streams begin to sink. Brown bears emerge from their dens with cubs searching for young grass insects, and the first salmon runs. Asiatic black bears climb deftly into the trees, plucking new shoots like gardeners of the forest. Seeds pass through their stomachs and fall into the damp soil, scattering the next generation of trees. Nearly 24 hours of daylight floods the land. Migratory birds return, stitching the sky with song. Red deer graze on fresh grass, regaining strength, while Alice's cats wait in low cover, ending the hunt in an instant. Energy is stored in fat, in muscle, in the survival lessons passed on to the young. The forest shifts colors like a burning carpet. Reindeer migrate in great rivers of life, their antlers and hooves cutting the wind across the tundra. Kamchatka bears gorge themselves on salmon along rushing streams, each swipe of a paw, a feast of protein. And the Siberian tiger moves quietly through the lengthening shadows, seizing the season's abundance to fuel its silent reign. The cold tests. The patience of all wolves rely on the pack tigers, on their stealth snow leopards on the mountains. Those without enough reserves, without strategy, vanish. Yet winter is also the forest's keeper. It punishes waste and rewards those who endure with care. Around 40,000 years ago, the first humans stepped into Siberia, leaving behind stone tools and rock carvings along the Lena
We follow
River.
the path of the ancient
They
ones.
learned to read the sky, trace the paths of herds,
the great
and build
beasts
shelters
leave their marks.
against the northern winds. In the 16th century, Cossacks crossed the Urals, opening a new chapter. Siberia became a treasure chest of furs, timber, and minerals. Later came the gulags, cold scars, etched across centuries, reminders of another kind of endurance, human suffering, and survival. Today, climate change in Siberia is no theory. Winters grow shorter, summers hotter and longer. Permafrost softens, releasing what had been locked away for millennia. Rivers run cloudy when they should run clear. Hope in Siberia
These tracks
is
look
not an
fresh
empty promise.
from a medium-sized
It is a
carnivore.
network of action
A snow leopard,
scientists,
perhaps.
rangers, native communities,
We are all
responsible
connected
travelers,
to this
each
land.
a link in a chain
Yes,
to mend
planting
what
new
was broken.
life.
Siberia
It's
always
truly
shows
beautiful.
two faces. A summer morning, soft mist sunlight splintering across the lake. Birds filling the air like falling rain. A winter night, wind screaming through the forest, the moon hanging still, the quiet footfall of a tiger or a wolf passing by in a heartbeat. Beauty does not soften the harshness. Harshness is what makes the beauty matter. Siberia is not just a place, it's a test of how humanity chooses to treat our shared home. Every time you flip on an energy-saving LED support, a conservation group share a true story about the Siberian Taiga, or refuse furniture made from unknown wood, you tilt the compass ever so slightly toward the right direction. We may not touch Lake Baikal every day, but we can keep the streams near us clean. We may never see a snow leopard in the wild, but we can choose not to buy what comes from its death. Tell us in the comments what story from nature has touched you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can keep traveling with us across the wild frontiers of the planet. From storm-swept Alaska to sunlit Serengeti, where the struggle for survival plays out every single day. And when the screen fades to black, take this with you. In the ice, the strongest life is the life that lifts others up.